Hello, everyone. Lord Daimyo here, and I am back again with a highly anticipated new tier list video where I am doing a tier list for all of the Gen 8 Pokemon, and I am joined with a great friend of mine, Ulti. Why don't you introduce yourself?
Hello, everybody. Or as I should say, hello, Epic Gamers.
Yes.
This is Ultimarx. Uh, I am a friend of Daimyo. I'm also a friend of Trevor Tiger, World Champion Walk-ins, and Bovine Designs.
Hmm.
Uh, I myself do not have a YouTube channel, but I am on. I do occasionally appear on Trevor's streams. I appear on Twitter, and possibly, maybe soon, I will be doing more stuff where I'm going to be introducing my own book series. But that's a work in progress. So don't get too excited.
Oh, okay. I was getting super excited, and of course, all of your future stuff will be plugged on your Twitter, correct?
Yes, of course.
Okay, and yeah, and your Twitter's here, and I'll put it in the link and everything, so you guys check out my friend Alti. And yeah, he's on streams with Trevor and I'm on there sometimes, and I think I'm gonna get Trevor in here soon too. So you guys will get to see him as well. But for now, how do you feel about Gen 8, Alti?
Like I was saying earlier when we were getting all this stuff set up, I personally think that the Gen 8 roster is my favorite roster of Pokemon ever.
Wow.
Before that, I was thinking maybe like Gen 7 or Gen 4, but looking through all of the designs that we got in Gen 8, especially since we're also including the new evolutions from Arceus,
Mm-hmm.
I definitely can say with 100% certainty that this is my favorite roster, even if Sword and Shield really aren't my favorite games.
Mm-hmm.
But Arceus is pretty cool, and
Oh
we're
yeah.
getting Gen 9 very soon, so that should be pretty
Y-
interesting.
yes, very true. And yeah, that's weird because normally a lot of people you talk to, they don't tend to like the newer Pokemon. So I was shocked when you said Gen 8 was your favorite. And I mean, honestly, this is one thing that we were talking about too. Gen 4 is my favorite for a lot of reasons, but a big one is because of all the new evolutions they added. And looking back on it, Gen 8 added a whole lot of new evolutions too. I think maybe just as much or more than Gen 2.
Maybe I think
May,
maybe a little bit
may,
more than Gen 2, but
maybe, yeah. It's
we would have to look at that later, I
of
guess.
course. But I mean it's a lot, so I'm shocked, but I guess let's jump into it. So, if you guys haven't seen any of my tier lists before, what we do is we don't base our rankings off of just one specific thing. We look at the design, the type, the stats, just everything. So, and of course, S is awesome, F is horrible, and I don't know. You got any questions, Ulti?
Nope, I think I understand everything pretty well.
Great. Okay, so let's start with Rillaboom. So, Rillaboom and the whole Grookey line. How do you feel about them?
Uh, actually, this is probably something I should just say with the starters of Gen 8, because I'm probably going to sound like a bit of a hypocrite here, but I I don't like the Gen 8 starters.
I don't
I
either.
I I think when they were first introduced, like Grookey, Scorbunny, and Sobble, they were
Hmm.
pretty cool.
Hmm.
But then their final evolutions, it's really just a
Yeah,
pick your own poison. I
yeah.
feel like because none of them really stand out.
Well, speaking of stand, that's one thing I don't like about them is they all stand on their hind legs, and
Mhm.
it's been a trait since Gen 6. They all are so human-like, and I hate it. And I'm right there with you. Like when I first saw Grookey, Scorbunny, and Sobble, I was like, "Ooh, Scorbunny looks cool. Sobble looks great. Even Grookey's not too bad." But then yeah, they start standing up, and it's just.
Yeah.
Which one did you pick?
I picked Sobble,
Okay.
uh, which we'll get into Inteleon and that line when it comes to it.
Mm-hmm.
But Grookey was my second option,
Okay.
and looking as time has gone by, looking back, I think that the Grookey line is probably the best one out of all of them. Because I mean, he is kind of on his hind legs, but it's mended out a little bit because he's also stands on his arms as well.
Kinda, but then it's ruined with the drum, I think.
Yeah, but I feel like without the drum, he's just kind of boring. I feel like the drum helps to give him a little bit more life.
I
Uh,
suppose. I suppose.
Also, the name isn't really great because like
Rillaboom, yeah.
Rillaboom is very, very lazy. If I'm going to be completely honest, uh,
I agree.
Grookey's not bad. Thwacky is pretty. That's pretty clever, but Rillaboom, it's just like, well, how what name do we come up with this Pokemon? It's a drummer grass gorilla.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know, just call him like Rillaboom or something. I'm like,
Mm-hmm.
really? That's a bit like I was thinking about it earlier today. I was like, I could probably come up with a better name for it, and I was just like, I threw out the first thing that thought of was like Kong growth, because you combine
Yeah.
Kong with growth, like plant growth, and I'm like,
You,
that's already better than
that is
Rillaboom
better.
in my opinion.
Even if they would have just said Rillaboom, it would have been
Uh,
better than Rillaboom.
yeah. I think it's like I like the design. I like Grookey's design. He's pretty cute. Thwacky's is just kind of the generic, boring middle stage.
Middle, yep.
Rillaboom has grown a lot on me over the years, but I still think that without the drum and the drumsticks, he's kind of boring.
Mm-hmm.
But I think one of my biggest problems with Rillaboom uh, is just the fact that we already have two other grass monkeys in Pokemon.
Yeah,
In
we
fact,
do.
we get another grass monkey later on in Gen 8.
Did we? Where?
Zarude.
Oh, yeah, you're absolutely right. Yep, I'm forgetting. Yep,
So it's just like
yep.
there's so many animals that Game Freak hasn't done. Like we don't have a dolphin Pokemon. You can go through all of them and there's not a single dolphin in there, but we
True.
somehow have three grass monkeys. I'm just
Mm-hmm.
like, why?
Yeah.
Why specifically grass monkeys? Like, okay, many monkeys, that's fine. But like, why the grass thing? I guess it's because they're from the jungle. But I'm like, come on.
Yeah, I'm there with you. Well, I don't know. I kind of have a tradition of putting the very first one at a C, but I mean, I don't like it enough to put it at a C. Um, I mean, I would say D. What do you feel?
Uh, I definitely not higher than a C. I can guarantee that.
Okay.
Um, hmm.
C.
Grookey is pretty. I'm. This is
I'll
This
let
is
you
already
pick. C or D. You pick.
tough. I'm gonna go with probably D,
Okay.
because like the designs are pretty solid, if a little bit generic, but I
Yeah.
think definitely the fact that it's kind of a retrend on something Game Freak's already done really brings the whole line down, in my opinion.
Mm. Okay. Well, broke the record here today. First one was not placed
Yay!
at a C. Um. Okay. Cinderace.
Oh,
I just, I
Cinderace,
just don't like it.
Cinderace.
I really don't like it. I mean, Sobble. I mean, not Sobble. Scorbunny was pretty cool. I actually like Raboot's design,
Yes, I fully agree.
and
Raboot
then
is like it's like one of the only mid-stage evolutions that looks good.
I agree. I agree. And then just Cinderace was just so bad.
Yeah, it's because like you said, Score Bunny's pretty cool. Raboot is really good,
Yeah.
and then Cinderace just kind of flops it at the end.
Mm-hmm.
I when I first because like a week before all the Sword and Shield games came out, all the Pokemon got leaked,
Yeah.
and I saw Cinderace. I was like, I hate that. I don't like it. It's
Yeah.
ugly. But
Yeah.
similar to Rillaboom, as time has gone on, I've lessened my hatred for it.
Not
I
me.
still, yeah, that's fair. I
Not
I
me.
still I don't like him as much, but I think one of the things that bothers me the most is the the weird hair, like the hair
Mm-hmm.
being like the ears as well. Also, like he's wearing those weird, ridiculous bicycle helmets,
Mm-hmm.
and the small hands.
Mm-hmm.
The small hands really bother me more than they should.
So human. So human. Like I absolutely hate it. I mean, I want to put it at an F or an E.
Oh. Uh, hmm.
I'm definitely
I'm
not
gonna.
going higher than D.
Oh,
It's
okay.
not better than Rillaboom.
That's fair. Hmm. I will say, I don't mind the humanoid designs as much. I kind of I mean, it makes sense for this because they were trying to go for a whole soccer player. Doesn't make sense for some of the others, which that's fine. Uh, mm, I feel like he's on par with Rillaboom. He like it's the line itself has like some standout stuff,
You
but it
know, I
really
think for Raboot by itself, I'd be fine with D.
yeah. I think that that's
Okay.
pretty good.
Okay. Now, the one that I thought was decent enough to pick was Inteleon.
Yeah,
But I mean,
yeah.
this generation was a real hard pick for the starters for me because I mean, like I said at first, I was like, oh yeah, but then as soon as I saw Rillaboom, no, Cinderace, no, Inteleon, barely.
Yeah, like I said, it's really a pick your own poison here.
Yeah,
If I ever replay Sword and Shield, I'll probably just stuff my starter in the PC.
yeah,
But
yeah,
Inteleon, we both picked it.
yeah.
Uh, I he's one of those Pokemon where you kind of have to see him like moving around in game to really like understand. Like, oh yeah, he's not bad, but
And I
like
mean,
just like
the picture I chose was him on all fours, crawling on a wall like a spy, and
yeah,
not standing upright. So I mean,
yeah, not doing
yeah,
like a weird
a weird,
pose.
yeah, pose. So I mean,
I
I'd
think
put him on the same level as these guys, maybe a C, but I mean, it's still
uh
like you said, a pick your poison. I mean, it's just
yeah, I
the
I
water
think
gun's kind of cool, but
yes, the water gun is cool. The whole invisibility thing is also pretty neat.
yeah, but still,
Yeah, I think what really drags Inteleon down is like Sobble's great.
hmm
Drizzile is terrible.
yeah,
That
yeah,
is one of the worst like middle stages I've ever seen.
yeah.
But Inteleon, it has enough features that I still like it. I just wish he was not like like a twig because
hmm
he's so skinny.
hmm
It's like scarily skinny.
Yep.
But I
So
would say I would still say better than the other two.
right,
So I would put him in like C.
you think good enough to be up in C though?
Yeah, I think he's like middle. I think the whole line is middle of the road,
Okay, okay, I'd
and I
have to
think
agree.
Inteleon. I also think Inteleon is definitely the best name out of them.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, I agree. Um, okay, Greedent. Uh, I just don't like it. I mean,
Yeah, I agree. Again, I know I sound like a hypocrite.
we're
I'm not.
we're getting
Just
to the good ones. I mean, we're getting there.
the good the very early ones
Yeah,
have some stinkers,
yeah.
but like as you go through them, like it's really you're gonna really see my bias for these Pokemon. But
Okay.
Gloovant and Greedent are just they're just bad looking.
Uh huh. E F.
I'd honestly, oof, Gloovant's not bad. Greedent is really my biggest issue, so I probably would put him in E,
Okay.
because like Gloovant's cute enough, but Greedent really Greedent is just like Diggersby again, where
Yeah,
it's
and
like
Diggersby was horrible.
it's a cute little bunny with like shovel ears, and then they just turn him fat
Uh
for
huh.
no reason.
Yeah.
I'm like, whatever.
Okay, we're getting into some good ones now. Corviknight.
Yes. Oh, Corviknight. Oh, probably like, uh,
I mean,
it goes back and forth of like my favorite regional birds. I would say this and Talonflame are like my top two.
oh, for
I
me,
don't.
it's this and Staraptor. So
Oh yeah, Staraptor's also really good, but
yeah,
I'd still prefer the other two over
Talonflame. That's
this.
fine. Yeah. I mean, this Skarmory is just so good. And
Yes.
this is kind of like Skarmory, but I mean, of course, they've been doing a lot more with flying type. So he's a flying type first, and then a steel.
Yep.
So
He's also a taxi in universe.
yeah, yeah, that's true. I mean, I like him. I'd say A or B.
Uh, we all because we also have to take in consideration the other two. Rookity's really cute. And then Corvus Squire, I think, is the mid
yeah,
state.
yeah,
Who I think Corvus Squire is okay,
yeah.
but
I
I
think
think
the
you could have.
shining one in this line is the Corviknight. I mean, that's the
Oh yeah, obviously.
yeah. The others are just like, when do I get to the Corviknight?
Pretty much. I think Corvus Squire could have done better
Yeah.
to like show the transition from Rookity to Corviknight because
Mm-hmm.
like it doesn't feel like, oh, this will naturally turn into a like a flying steel type,
Mm-hmm.
because you just see Rookity and Corvus Squire. But
Mm-hmm.
I would stay A,
I
in my
yeah,
opinion,
that's
because
what I was thinking.
Corviknight just really carries the group.
Literally carries.
It's it's pretty much the opposite of the starters.
Yeah, yeah, I agree. Okay, so I don't know if you know, but my favorite type is bug,
Ooh, oh, I think I did know that. I
and
think you mentioned.
probably I tell everyone I love bugs, but I was so glad with this generation that we got two new, two brand new unique dual type bug Pokemon with bug and psychic with Orbeetle and
Yep,
bug and ice with Frostmoth. So
yep.
and Orbeetle, I like the UFO thing, and even with the Dottler and Blipbug, even though Blipbug looks weird, I like it.
Yeah.
And the
Blip.
bug and psychic, it's pretty cool. So I am already with my bias wanting to put it in S A or B.
Yeah,
Probably an A. Probably an A.
definitely I definitely think S or A.
Okay.
Blipbug, I like what they were trying to go for of like the whole bookworm.
Mm-hmm.
I think he looks a little bit weird.
Yeah.
Dottler, Dottler's pretty cool.
Yeah,
I
it's
like
cool.
Dottler.
His little spots are like glowing and stuff. I like it.
Yeah, and then Orbeetle. Oh, Orbeetle's just really fucking cool.
I know. I love it. Especially the Gigantamax, the huge
Yeah,
UFO looking. I love it.
yeah, the Gigantamax is great. Which actually, funny enough, not yeah, Corviknight's
Yeah.
Gigantamax isn't really. I don't really care for it that much.
Yeah.
And
And I
then
mean, these
all
starters had Gigantamax too, but they're nothing. So I mean, I didn't bring them up. They
Rillaboom's
weren't.
Yeah, Rillaboom stunk.
Yeah.
Inteleon's pretty good. I would actually say Cinderace improved a lot with the Gigantamax, in my opinion.
Yeah.
But we're not talking about those.
No, we're done with them.
We've already shunned them. Well, I would say,
A or S. I
uh,
mean, I'm fine with either.
I'll go with A.
Okay. I think that's fair.
And then
Thievul.
Nickit, Nickit and Thievul. I like
Just
Nickit a
yeah,
lot.
just a dark
Pretty cute.
type. I mean,
Yeah,
nothing, nothing special.
yeah, he's kind of average,
Yeah.
middle of the road. I'd be fine putting both of them in C.
Yeah, I think I agree with you. I mean,
Yeah,
pretty cool, but not great.
not a lot to really say about them because they're really not like super useful in
Mm-hmm.
battle. Which that's also another thing because like Corviknight and Orbital with their typings are really good in battle.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Very true. Okay, Eldegoss.
What's the pre-evolution's name?
Gossifleur.
Gossifleur.
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
I think they're just generic grass type Pokemon, and
Better in Unite than in Sword and Shield. So
I have not played Unite, so I cannot comment.
it's like a healing support Pokemon.
Oh,
So I
that's
mean,
cool.
still better than yeah. I mean, D, maybe
Yeah.
E. I mean,
No, I don't. I don't think E. I don't think it's bad. I just think it's kind of generic. I do like their little hats though.
I guess. Yeah, I guess.
But
Okay. Everyone's favorite, Double.
well, Wooloo is
Mm-hmm,
everybody's favorite.
mm-hmm.
Nobody talks about Double.
I know. I forget that Wooloo evolves half the time
Yeah.
because no one
Well,
talks about
honestly,
Double.
Wooloo could just be its own thing. I think people would be fine with that.
Yeah, especially the shiny
Yeah. I
being all
actually I
black.
think I've seen Oh yeah, that's right.
Mm.
That would, I mean, that makes sense, but I couldn't remember what color it was for a second.
Same with Double. I think its colors are just swapped, so it's like black with white spots.
Oh,
Yeah, it
that's
looks
neat.
pretty cool. Uh,
I like how it looks like a soccer ball.
yeah, yeah, that's true. Just a normal type. It is kinda beefy though, but I mean that's expected of normal types. So,
Yeah.
C. I mean,
I'd be comfortable putting him in probably like B, like lower B.
I'm fine with B.
I, I think because like Wooloo is really good, but
Hmm.
Double is just kind of meh.
Yeah, I'm fine with that. Dreadnought.
Dreadnought. Oh, I feel Dreadnought is a sad story.
Yeah.
Because when he was introduced in the trailers, I was like, oh, that's so cool. I hope he
Hmm.
evolves. And he did it.
And that was the yeah. And you saw
All the
the dumb Choodle.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Choodle
so dumb.
really.
Yeah,
Choodle, if we were ranking individual Pokemon, I would put Choodle in F,
I
to be
would too.
honest.
Yeah, I would
I
too.
think it really drags down Dreadnought,
Hmm.
unfortunately. But I really like the design. I wish there was a third stage
I wish
instead
it
of
was. What is it? Is it just water, or is it water and rock?
it's rock water, I
Oh,
believe.
rock water. Okay, that makes it better. For some reason, I thought it was just water.
No, it has the rock typing as well. It's also
Yeah,
got a
it does. Water
Gigantamax
rock.
form too,
Yeah.
which I'm not super into the Gigantamax form,
Yeah.
but apparently its neck can like extend super far in its Gigantamax form, which I was like, I didn't know it could do that.
Huh. Well, I mean, I think Dreadnought's pretty cool. Choodle, yeah, drags it down, but um, C.
Yeah, it probably will be like on the lower end of C because of Choodle.
Okay. Uh, Bolton.
I love both of them.
Really?
Well, dogs are my favorite animal, so obviously,
Okay.
but like Yamper is really cute.
Yeah, Yamper's
Uh,
cute.
I prefer Yamper, but Bolton's pretty cool too. I think the electric type also helps make it a bit more unique
Oh, of
instead
course.
of instead of it just being a normal type dog again,
Yeah.
like they did with like Lillipup.
And didn't they do that with no Mighty and his Dark? Um, yeah, it was
The
just Lilliput, wasn't it? It
Oh
was
yeah,
just
well,
normal.
never mind.
Huh.
Yeah, because like Houndour's dark fire too.
Yeah. Well, at least it wasn't
Lil-
another Dark then.
yeah, I guess that is true.
But I
It could
mean,
have been it could have been electric dark.
yeah, it should have been. Yeah, it should have been. But we did get an Electric Dark, which we'll talk about later.
Did we?
Yeah, more Pico.
Oh yeah, shit, you're right.
More Pico's hangry mode. Yeah.
The Hank. Oh yeah, I like Morpeko. We'll get into him later.
Yeah. I mean, I think he's whatever. I mean, I'd be fine with C for Yamper and Bolton.
Yeah, I think C's pretty fair because
Okay.
Boltund, like I do have a bias for dogs, obviously,
Mm-hmm.
but I think Boltund could have been a little bit better. But I think the electric typing like bumps it up a little bit to me.
Yeah, yeah, I think so too. Okay, so I've got a lot to say about Colossal, but let's hear what you've got to say first.
I really like Roly Coly. I think it's a pretty interesting design. I also like Rock Fire. I think that's a neat little typing, and it fits because it's coal. Carcoal is one of the ugliest fucking Pokemon I've ever seen in my life.
Yeah, I
I
agree.
it's just the teeth. It's the fact that he has teeth and his eyes are way different
Yeah,
than Roly Coly's. But Colossal, I think really saves the line because
I
I
agree.
really like its design, especially the Gigantamax version.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Yeah, I agree pretty much with everything that you said. Roly Coly's pretty cool. Carcoal's not good, but Colossal's really great. I don't like fire types a lot, but this generation really made me like a lot of fire types, and
Yeah,
Colossal was one of them. So that rock and fire, and just its design, and yeah, I really like it. I mean, I'd put S or A if it were me, but
mm.
what do you think?
Uh, I'm probably gonna lean towards A for now because there's a
Okay.
lot of Pokemon that I'm going to like
Want to put it in
really
S?
to fight to put into S,
Okay. Okay. Well.
which we're coming very soon on one of them.
Oh, okay. So this one, I split these up. So the Flapple and the Appleton, and
Yeah, which
I only split them up because normally, like if I were doing like another split evolution, like with all the evolutions, or like Poliwrath and Politoed, I'd split those up. So uh, I just figure they're pretty much the same, except for like their design and their stats.
yeah.
Um, so I mean, is there one that you like over the other?
Yeah, it's Appleton
Ah, me
without a
too.
doubt.
Okay.
Appleton, that's the one I'm fighting to get in S, to be honest.
Okay.
'Cause I really love it. I love the typing.
Yeah.
Applin's really cool too. And I just really love the design. The design is what really sells it because it's so dumb but so cool at the same time.
Yeah, I
And
suppose.
I was really sad because it you could only get it in Shield, and I had Sword version. And
Uh,
I like Flapple, but Appleton is really it's just way better in my opinion.
yeah, I had I mean I had both, but I was my majority of my play was on Shield. So yeah, I got that Appleton.
Yeah, in all honesty, I think Appleton made me like consider to switch over to Shield because I didn't mind either of them. Uh, did you mute yourself? Okay. Okay, don't worry, folks. Now we're back. But like I was saying, Appleton really made me consider just switching from Sword to Shield because
Hmm.
I like both Zacian and Zamazenta. I was going back either way. It was mostly just going to come down to the exclusives.
Yeah, the difference
And
ones.
Appleton was like, oh, I might have to switch. But I just ended up going with Sword anyways, and I regret it.
Yeah.
But
I mean, I
I
think I definitely like Appleton more than Flapple. I don't know about all the way up to S though. I mean, I would be fine with A for Appleton, but I mean, I like Orbeetle and Colossal a lot more than Appleton.
I don't know. That's Appleton is like of all the Pokemon I think today, Appleton is actually it's not it's like definitely my top 3 favorite.
Of all
I might have
Pokemon?
well not of all Pokemon
Okay.
in this. I would maybe say he's like top 15 of all of my Pokemon.
Okay.
Oof. There is definitely one Pokemon in particular that we'll get to later that if I can't get Appleton into S, I definitely want to put him into S.
Okay, well,
So
I mean,
I can compromise.
if you say he's like top 15 or top 3 of this generation, then I mean, I've
I
got
would,
some in here that are top 3 that I would expect to be an S too. So I mean, I'll put him in S, but then
yeah.
Flapple,
Apple is like A or B. It could go either way, to be honest.
I mean, I'd prefer B. I mean, I really don't like him.
I like him.
I don't
he's
like him.
it's basically
He's weird and
uh
gross.
oh he's just doing his best. He's coming out of his shell. Be nice to him. It's
Ugh.
basically like he's pretty much like Flapple, and then Appleton is cooler Flapple, like that one meme.
I mean, a pretty cool name though, Flapple.
Flapple is very clever. I will give him that.
But so what?
I
B, A.
I'm yeah I'm fine with putting him in B.
Okay. He just. Ugh.
Sandaconda, I
Sandaconda.
really like.
You do?
Oh, I love him. Silicobra, not so much, but Sandaconda's design is really cool
Yeah.
to me.
Yeah, I agree.
Kind of weird to put an anaconda in England, but you know, whatever.
Yeah. I don't know. B. I mean,
Yep, I'd be fine with B.
yeah, I mean, he's just a ground, but I mean, it's cool design.
Very cool design, and he shoots sand through his nose.
Yeah. Um, okay, Cramorant. Um,
Hmm.
so pretty good in Pokemon Unite.
He's in Pokemon Unite, really?
Yeah. Um, but like in the games, his spit up ability, isn't that what it's called?
I
Gulp
believe
missile.
so.
Yeah. Um,
Gulp missile.
yeah, where he'll like spit a Pikachu or like a
Yeah.
Barraskewda or
The
whatever.
yeah.
Uh, what? He's just water and flying.
Yeah, we have so many water flyings
Yeah.
already, which we're probably going to get another one depending on how
Oh yeah.
Quaxley goes.
Oh yeah, that's true. Yeah.
But I Cramorant's his design is okay. I think the whole like gulp missile mechanic actually kind of bumps him up a little bit to me because that's just really funny.
Yeah.
He's kind of like a meme Pokemon to me.
Yeah. Kind of gimmicky, but I mean, not in a horrible way.
Yeah, it's a unique little gimmick. I'd put him like top top of C or bottom of B.
Okay. Well, I think. I mean, if I'm looking at all the other C's, I'd say he's on the same level. Um, but then
Yeah,
B's, I like Sandaconda more than this guy, so
yeah, that's fair. Yeah, looking at it now, I would say
probably
I like Cramorant
C.
about as equal as the other C's.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's fair.
And then I think they only made Barraskewda and Aracuda for Cramorant because I mean they're just fish.
Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah, they I mean, Aracuda definitely. Barraskewda has a little bit more going on cuz he's a barracuda with like a little spinny propeller for tails,
yeah.
but he's they're both not great. They are just
Hmm.
kind of generic fish.
Hmm.
I'd probably say like D
Yeah,
for both of them.
yeah, I'd agree with you. Okay, so I really like Toxtricity.
Okay, good. And we can still be friends because Toxtricity is my favorite Pokemon of this generation.
Okay, I mean, yeah, he's one of my favorites too. I mean, the guitar and the bass is pretty cool. I really like the poison and electric.
Yes.
You do brand new unique type.
Yep.
And he just looks so cool with the mohawk and stuff.
Yep.
We were talking about baby Pokemon, and Toxel's actually a baby Pokemon too.
Yeah. I guess that would make sense.
So, I mean, I want to say yes. You okay with that?
Oh, oh, of course, easy yes in my opinion.
Okay. Another easy yes. Now, this is my favorite Pokemon of this generation, Scorch.
That's fair. He's probably I would say he's like I like Clobbopus. I think Clobbopus is really a neat little design, and then Grapplock's really cool. I like the colors a lot, and
Yeah, this one's just kind of like nightmare fuel, though.
really,
I think
I
so. Just like the
hmm,
dark blues and the bright yellows, and just how he stares at you and looks at you, and the position he's taking towards you.
yeah, I guess it's fair. I mean,
It's
he
just
is
ugh.
supposed to be like I guess he's trying to be like intimidating Pokemon.
Yeah.
He is based off like the blue ringed octopus, just like the most poisonous octopus
Uh,
ever.
then why not poison? I mean, gosh,
I don't know
typing's
because
all wrong.
they would have been able to make Sneasler, man.
Yeah, that's right. We're getting to that.
We'll get to that. That's way at the end. We've got
Yeah.
a while before we get to Sneasler.
I like have never used this. Um,
That's fair. I didn't use him in my playthrough either, but if I played through it again, I'd probably pick him up and store my starter away.
okay, so B, C.
I think B.
I'd be fine with that, I guess.
Yeah. Because Clobbopus I would say is C, but Grapploct is definitely B.
Okay, okay, that's fair. Poltegeist.
Oh, these Sinistea and Poltergeist, I think, are on the same level of naming when it comes to like Rillaboom.
Uh,
I'm like, that's just kind of lazy.
I was gonna say pretty good naming. I thought.
Uh, I I know I don't really like the names. I like the designs, but the names are just kind of like.
I
I mean,
don't
they're
like the designs, but I do like the
so
names.
we're the complete
Yeah.
opposite.
Well, hold on.
I
I do like how they can be authentic or not. Do you like that?
no, not really. I
Oh,
think that's just kind of like a that's just like a weird gimmick that doesn't really need to exist.
well, we'll get to that too with Alcremie, but um,
Yeah, Al cringe.
no, I mean I kind of like it. It's just a ghost. I don't really like ghosts, but I mean it's unique with the whole T. Um, kind of not unique being another possessed item. Um,
Yeah, I mean fair, but like there was definitely going to be a teapot
yeah,
in this region. They
yeah,
had to.
yeah,
If not them, it was probably going to be like Cuffant.
yeah. Um, I mean C, B, C.
Yeah, C's fine.
Okay.
Uh,
Hatterene.
the Pokemon that Markiplier would smash.
Didn't know that about Markiplier.
Did you not see that Markiplier
No.
Smasher Pass video? It's really funny.
Oh, was it pretty recent?
Yeah, relatively recently. I
Oh,
think
I think
maybe
I'm.
like 2 weeks ago at
Yeah,
most.
I may have heard about that. Yeah.
Yeah, it became like a huge meme now. Like every streamer is like talking about their Smasher Pass Pokemon, and I'm like, this is funny, but it's also kind of weird because
Yeah.
they're still animals, guys.
Yeah. Um. Yeah. Hatterene. Okay. What is it? Fairy and psychic again. So,
Yeah,
how
that's fair.
similar can it be to Gardevoir? I mean,
Pretty easily, I guess.
yeah. I mean the design's
Plus,
cool. I like Hatenna and Hatchrim, but
I'm on. I disagree. I don't really like the first two. I think Hatterene's definitely a lot better,
hmm,
but the first two are just kind of not interesting at all to me.
hmm,
But yeah, the typing it's not really great.
yeah.
Also, it's like a mega asshole in game because it will just if you show any strong emotion, it'll just like beat the shit out of you.
Oh, really?
Yep.
Huh.
The dex entries are really messed up for this Pokemon in particular.
Okay, well, B, C. I mean,
I think I would say C personally.
okay, that's fair. What about Grimmsnarl?
I love Grimmsnarl.
Yeah, Grimmsnarl's pretty cool. I mean, I even like Impidimp and Morgrim. And I think they're pretty
Uh,
cool looking.
Impidimp, I'm not a big fan of. Morgrim's better, but Grimmsnarl really is just super
Yeah.
cool. I've always had a soft spot for big bruiser type
Mm-hmm.
characters, and that's what I get from Grimmsnarl.
Yeah.
I will say the whole hair thing is kind of weird,
I don't
but
think so.
it's
I
like
like it.
I'm like, yeah, it's an interesting idea. It's just like I don't. I guess that's like a troll thing in like fiction. I guess is having long hair.
Yeah.
I don't know,
And it's
but
dark and fairy. Um,
I think
is
is that a
that
unique type?
it might be.
It probably is because I can't think of any dark fairies
Yeah, I can't either.
from.
I think it's unique. I mean, that adds points for me. So,
Yeah. Plus, it is really good in like competitive stuff,
uh,
or at least I would say because it really carried my team in some battles.
I never used it. So A or B, what do you think?
I would definitely say A.
A, I'm fine with that.
Nice.
Okay, so Obstagoon, and I guess for these we can also look at the regional pre-evolutions. So we can look at
Yep.
the like Galarian, Zigzagoon, and Linoon. So Obstagoon, dark and normal, um, not unique, and it's just kind of like a copy off of like what's his name from Kiss, like Gene
Oh, Gene Simmons.
Simmons. I mean,
I
I
think
just
I don't mind it. I like Galarian Zigzagoon. I don't really care for Linoon, both the regular and the
Galarian
Galarian.
form, yeah.
But Obstagoon is pretty interesting. Uh, I think it does some things cool, and then some other stuff not so much.
I mean, the
I
thing
think
I really don't like is how different it looks from Zigzagoon and Linoon. Like, it just all of a sudden is so human in
yeah,
form.
that's fair. I mean, yeah, I guess that is a real big thing because it does
It's very
it
weird.
has some similarities with Linoon, but not a lot because especially it goes through the whole "I am now standing up" phase.
Yeah, and have very long arms and
Yeah,
legs like a
and
human. It's really weird.
it's also supposed to like its big thing is it blocks people, which I'm like I don't understand that. Is it supposed to be like a bouncer or something?
Yeah, I don't know.
Just a weird concept, but
Very weird.
I like weird stuff, so I would put them in like B to be honest.
Yeah, I'd be fine with B.
Yeah.
Now, I do like Berserker.
I agree. I like
Yeah,
this. I like the I like Galarian Meowth and Berserker much more than the
Alolan,
Alolan.
or even the Cantonian.
Yes,
Yeah.
the Cantonian one I kind of like just because it's iconic at this point.
I mean, the
But
Steel is awesome. He's a barbarian. He's got a beard.
he's
I love it.
yeah, he's a big Viking.
Yeah.
I like the long extendable claws. That's really cool.
Oh yeah.
And Galarian Meowth, uh, it's just it's it's really weird, but in a good way.
Mm-hmm.
Not like in Obstagoon's case where it's like its weirdness kind of like drags it down, but it's just like a weird dust bunny looking cat.
Mm-hmm.
Where if you looked at that and you didn't know it was Meowth, you'd just think that was a completely different Pokemon.
Exactly. I like how like mangy and stuff he looks too. So
Yeah,
looks real mangy.
I would say A.
I mean, I was gonna go S, but I'm fine with A.
Yeah, because there's a lot of really great designs, and
Mm-hmm.
I think Berserker is pretty high up there, but I don't think it matches like the level of some designs that come later, and especially the ones that we
That
already
are
have in S.
yeah, that's fair. Um, okay, Cursola. So not a great name.
That's fair.
Corsola and Cursola, you changed a vowel.
Yeah, that's fair. The name is kind. I don't mind the name so much, but I think the concept behind it is really neat.
Yeah, I mean it's a whole lot better than the name, and I mean it's Ghost. I mean that's pretty cool.
Yeah, is it Ghost Water or is it just
Uh,
pure Ghost?
just pure Ghost.
That's neat.
Yeah.
I like the whole uh like dead coral thing.
Yeah.
I think the final evolution Cursola's design could be a bit better, but I think the
Yeah.
concept alone really carries it for me. Plus, it also made me care about Corsola. I never, which is weird because I don't mind Corsola's design, but like it's just so boring.
Yeah, I agree. And I think the Galarian one is superior to the regular Johto Corsola.
Yep, it pretty much. I feel bad for Corsola though, because it's just the last few years have not been good to it. Because we last generation introduced its natural predator with Marini,
Yeah, Marini and Toxapex. Yeah, you're right.
and
Forgot
now
about
it's like
that.
climate change is killing all of it and turning it into ghost. So that's just it's
Gen
really
9
sad.
is just going to completely remove it from the Pokedex, and you
It's
just
gonna be the
can't get them
main
ever
villain.
again. The main
Oh, that
villain.
would be really sad. Yeah, the only time you ever see Corsola again is in Legend Styles games.
Yeah, or you have to get a fossil to revive it, like with fossil Pokemon. It just becomes a fossil Pokemon.
That that'd be really sad. But
Ah,
uh,
um,
I'd say probably B.
okay, I'm fine with that. I'm fine. Surfetched.
Surfetch, pretty cool. I think Galarian Farfetch isn't really that interesting. I think
Yeah.
it's just Farfetch with bigger leak. But Surfetch really helps a lot in that because it's now a knight, and it actually again made me care about a Pokemon that like nobody cared about.
I've always been saying that Farfetch needs an evolution, and we kind of got one. I mean, it wasn't an evolution from the Cantonian Farfetch, but we still got one.
Yeah.
The whole night thing's pretty cool. The evolution of it is like super tough. Like,
Well, oh yeah, you have to get like
like 3
3 crits.
crits in one battle.
Yeah, that's kind of like a problem with just like new evolutions in general is that they always have some really dumb method to unlocking them.
Yeah.
Arceus is really bad at it, especially. But I still think that it's worth it because I had a Surfetched on my team when I was playing through.
Yeah, I mean, it's what it's supposed to get, a lot of crits, and it's a fighting type. So yeah, I mean, I like it for that. I'd say probably C or B.
Uh, I'd go with B.
Okay. Now,
Mr. Rhyme.
Mr. Rhyme, I actually really like Mr. Rhyme.
I like Mr. Rhyme, but Galarian Mr. Mime is somehow more terrifying than regular Mr. Mime.
Very true. Yeah, the Galarian Mr. Mime is weird, and I think, yeah, but isn't it Ice and Psychic, or is it just Mr. Rhyme?
No, it's Ice and Psychic
Mm.
because like Galarian Mr. Mime
Mr.
now
Mime.
looks like a yeah, well, yeah, it looks like a snowman tap dancer.
Yeah. I don't know. I really like this one. What I thought he should have been is like Doctor Rhyme, and he would have been like a rapper as well. But
I that would have been maybe they'll do that in Gen 9.
his flow is like super ice cold or like chill or whatever. I don't know.
Yep. They'll make him a sound type because everybody is one sound type.
We need
For
a
some reason,
Yeah.
I don't think we need a new type. I think it's perfectly balanced at this point. But I think it deserves B just for like at the very least B for just making like Mr. Mime kind of cool because
Mhm.
you can now get this.
I mean, I want to go A. Are you cool with A?
Because because the Galarian Mr. Mime is really, really scary.
I'm trying to ignore that as much as I can with this ranking.
It's fair, but we also kind of have to consider him.
Okay.
So I would say B.
Okay, B's fine. I mean, look at that cane he's got. It's an icicle.
That is true. He can beat the hell out of you with the cane.
Okay.
Runerigus.
Runerigus.
I really like Runerigus. I don't know how you feel about him, but
He's all right. I mean, definitely Cofagrigus is better, I think.
yeah, that's fair. I would prefer Cofagrigus, but I still think Runerigus is a really cool design
Yeah.
on its own. I think Galarian Yamask isn't really interesting
Yeah, I agree there.
because it's just Yamask without the mask.
Yep.
But and then I think because like Runerigus' existence has allowed for a lot of like fan artists to come up with their own like takes on it,
Right.
which I'm like that's really neat.
Yeah.
So I think that's nice. I like the design. The method of evolving it is probably one of the most annoying because you have to go to a specific location
Oh,
and have
yeah,
like Galarian Yamask first in your party.
yeah.
But I
I,
think Galarian Yamask does drag it down a bit. Uh, I I'd be fine with putting him in B, but I can't see him going any higher.
yeah, that's what I was gonna do. It's B. Okay.
I don't like
Alcremie.
him.
So the 100% completionist in me hates this Pokemon.
Fair enough. I always try to get all of the new Pokemon
Uh-huh.
when I get a new game
Uh-huh.
because I'm not gonna get all of the Pokemon in Pokemon the series because one that's impossible, literally, because
They cut
you
the
can't
decks.
get. Yeah, they cut the national
Yeah.
decks. Uh, so and even then, it's just like it's such a difficult task. So I just never did that. I just always picked. I always just made it my mission to get all of the new ones.
Mm-hmm.
But Milcree and Alcremie, I will say Alcremie is a really neat name.
Yeah.
Combining alchemy and cream.
Yeah.
I think that's clever.
Yeah.
Uh,
And the way you evolve it's pretty cool. Where you like spin and the different directions and stuff is
the
cool.
the problem with that though is now it's like, is every like region just gonna have to introduce a spin mechanic
No, they'll
because of alchemy?
yeah, they'll change it. I mean, look what they did with Leafeon and Glaceon with this generation. They removed the location and just made it evolve with a Leaf Stone and an Ice Stone.
Yeah,
So,
I guess that's fair.
yeah.
They'll probably do something like that, or they'll just never introduce alchemy again, which I'd be fine with. I Because Milkree is boring.
Oh yeah.
Alchemy is Alchemy's the design is fine. I think the Gigantamax actually I would say helps improve it.
Yeah.
But because Gigantamax is just Mega Evolution with more steps,
Yeah.
I still think that it's stinks. I would say D.
I mean, I want to put it in C just for the customization aspect of it
Mm, I guess, but it
because
just
there's
kind
so
of
many.
feels like, yeah, but it's like all it does to do is just like change its color a little bit
And
and
add
like,
different hair pretties.
I guess, but like that's just what was the one I said that? Oh, it's like the Sinistea like authentic
Oh
thing.
yeah,
It's just
yeah, yeah.
like
We were getting to that.
it's
Yep.
it's just like a gimmick that doesn't really need to exist. It's neat, but I don't care about that as much.
Well, I like it
I,
because of it, so I say C.
that's fair. I can compromise with C.
Okay.
I would say it's probably the bottom of C.
Yeah, we'll get to that later. Phalanx.
Phalanx,
Yep.
which the name is funny because it sounds like fat,
Uh huh.
but
And it's a link of like
all
it's. I really like it. I like the design. I like
I
the
do too.
concept. I mean, the fighting and its battle armor. This and Centiskorch and like Toxtricity, I think have the coolest. Well, and Orbeetle, they have the coolest Gigantamax. Cause Phalanx
I
is
don't.
like a big like dome of shields.
Does Phalanx get a Gigantamax?
Yeah.
It does? Are you sure? I
Yep.
don't remember.
Yep.
Hold on, I have to look that up now because I don't remember that at all. I, I I genuinely don't remember if it had a Gigantamax. Because if it does, that is. I mean, don't get me wrong. I already like Phalanx already because it's a really cool design. But uh, I mean, comparing it to Scorch and Toxtricity, I would say probably A in my opinion. I
Really,
think it would be
I'd say yes, but
uh because I would say I prefer the ones we have in S already, whereas I would say it I would prefer those ones over Phalanx. But I also think it would probably be better for like, I think this Pokemon should have been introduced in a different region other
mm,
than Galar, but that's subjective. That's not a big thing.
yeah.
Hold on. I want to see this shit. Oh yeah, holy shit, it does.
Yeah, it's really cool. Does that change your
Huh.
mind? S
Wait,
tier?
is this is this a fan design?
No,
Hold
pretty
on.
sure that's real.
I I swear I could not remember this for the life of me.
Well, yeah, when they did the new like DLC and stuff, they added like a ton of new. Um, that's when they added the starters, Gigantamax and stuff, and even
I
like
guess it's
Char like Blastoise and Venusaur's Gigantamax and stuff.
uh, I mean, still regardlessly, I would still say A in my opinion.
Okay,
I like
well, okay, I'm fine with A. I'm fine with A.
Yeah, we can put a because I know after we get them all like settled, then we go individually and
Yeah,
rank them.
yeah, we do.
In the,
And I'm already
so he'll
putting
probably
I'm already putting Pincurchin way down here because
Yeah, that's fair. He's kind of boring.
I mean F.
Uh, you know what? I think we should change. I think we should put Pinchurchin in E and switch Greedont with F
But
because
okay.
I feel like Greedont is one of the worst, and I would say if I had to choose which one to pick, I would probably pick Pinchurchin just because it's
Yeah.
like I think it's electric as well.
No, I think it's
Is it not?
just no. Let me double check. I'm pretty sure it's like just like poison or whatever. Um.
I didn't even think it was poison.
Oh no, it's only electric.
Yeah, that's what I thought.
Oh yeah. Ugh, no, even worse. Yeah.
I don't think that's worse. I think that's pretty neat. I think that helps it be a little bit more unique.
I mean, I'm fine with E.
Yeah, I think E. I think the name is pretty interesting.
Yeah, that's all right.
The
Frostmoth. So I really like the unique typing, even
Yep.
though it's super, super, ultra, mega weak
To fire.
and rock.
Yeah.
It's just
I would,
so bad defensively. But
oh yeah. But
Snom's really awesome.
Snom is cute and
Mm-hmm,
it's got a little butt for a face, so
mm-hmm,
I love it.
mm-hmm. And
And then
Frostmoth.
Frostmoth, I had seen like some fake mon designs for like an ice moth before,
Mm-hmm.
and I really liked the concept. Frostmoth is I still like it. I definitely would have preferred some of the fan designs, but that's really I can't really compare that when actually ranking it. I still would
A or B. I mean, I'm not going lower than B.
that's completely fair. I wouldn't put him any lower than that.
But good enough to be an A?
Yeah, I'd say A.
Okay.
I'd say bottom of A.
I'm fine with that. Stone Journer.
Oh, motherfucking Stone Journer.
Ugh. See, I had Shield, so I had Ice Cube. I didn't have Stone Journer. So
Which, to be fair, I feel bad for you.
I like Ice Cube so much more than Stone Journer.
I am a complete opposite
Let's
camp.
bring Ice Cube in here. Cause
Uh,
I love his hail and he gets his head back and I mean under his head looks funny and dumb and with his head he looks funny and dumb.
mm,
I like
I
it.
think I don't mind Funny and Dumb, obviously, because I love Stone Journer, but I feel like Ice Cube isn't. It's not funny to me. It's just dumb. Whereas like Stone Journer, it's like yeah, it's another like item Pokemon that just has like a smiley face stuffed on it. But I'm like, look at him, he's a big
I
doofus.
mean those legs are way too big.
Yeah, but you know, as they say, thick thighs save lives.
Well, look, why, if he's just has an ice cube, did he have to make the face too? How cute is that with his little hair popping out?
I think also the hair is probably one of the reasons I don't like it. It's just weird,
Why don't,
but it does remind me of Pim from Smiling Friends.
oh, fair, why don't we just compromise and do C for both?
Yeah, I'd be fine with that.
Okay. All right. Now I will fight you on
Wait,
this.
really?
Indeedee is F tier.
Oh, that's fine.
Okay, I hate Indeedee.
I I don't know. Maybe like it's not great. I don't hate it. I'm fine with putting it in F tier. I'd be fine with either E or F.
Top five most hated Pokemon, in my opinion.
Really?
Yeah, with
Damn, and like in just general or like
yeah,
in Galar?
in general. I mean, it's there with like Dunsparce, and
That's fair.
yeah, I don't like it. It's horrible.
What would, I can't even think of what my least favorite Pokemon is. I know I have some, but I just can't think of it at the moment. Drizzile is pretty fucking bad.
Yeah, Drizzle's bad too, but
Morpeko.
more Pecco. So electric and dark with its hunger switch. It's the
The
Pikachu clone.
Hangry. Yeah, I don't really like Pikachu clones a lot, but I will say I think Morpeko is probably the best out of all of them.
That and Emolga, I think, is also a really good one.
I think Emolga is only good because it's typing. Other than that, I don't really care for Emolga personally.
Hmm.
But
I mean,
I
certainly better than like the other, like
like
Dene and Togedemaru and
Togedemaru,
Pachirisu.
Pachirisu,
Yeah.
Minun, Plusle. A
Minum and
lot of them
Plusle,
kind
yeah,
of
are bad.
just
Yeah,
stink.
yeah,
I don't
I
know
agree.
why they keep doing this.
I don't know either. But yeah, I like Morpeko quite a bit.
Yeah, I would put him like in B.
Yeah, B's fine. That unique
Yeah,
typing.
yeah.
Okay, Caparaja is like my second favorite of this generation. So
Ooh,
I want
really?
to put him in S tier.
I don't know S. I definitely really love Caparaja. Cuffin's just kind of okay to me.
Yeah, it's whatever.
And then I don't really like his Gigantamax form.
I don't either. Ignore that.
Yeah, okay, we'll ignore that. I do really love I love Copperage's design. I like the whole idea of it
Mm,
be like it turning green because copper does that as it ages.
the
And then I
oxidization,
like
yeah.
how I like how it probably exists just so that they can like fix the old Raichu entry of it being able to shock an Indian elephant,
Yeah, could be, yeah.
which actually I think literally in RC it's Raichu's Dex entry is this exact same except it replaced the Indian elephant with Caparaja.
Yeah, I think you're right. I think I did see that somewhere.
I'd put him I'd put him in A. I don't feel as strongly as S.
I'm fighting. I wanted Appleton in A, and I allowed him in S. Copperage
That
is my top 15, just like Appleton
that
is for you.
that is completely fair.
Okay.
So
S tier.
now we are even.
Now we're even on those. Yes, I agree. Let's just pull all four of these together.
That no, I
Well,
think that's a
we'll
problem.
look at them. We'll look at them together as a group.
Okay,
Yeah, because I think
because
some of these would be in different tiers, but if we're talking about one, we're kind of talking about all four.
yeah, fair enough.
Yeah,
I think the whole gimmick with this one is interesting, and I like how it plays into like history
I
as
agree.
well.
I don't dislike it like a lot of people do. I think
Yeah,
it makes
a lot
sense.
of a lot of people really hated it,
Yeah,
and I can understand why,
sure.
but I think it's a neat little thing, and I think half of these are great. The other half are F tier.
Yeah, so let's look at
I
the
think
F tiers.
Arc,
Arctivish
Arc, yes, most certainly. Arctivish is
and
probably
Arctizolt.
Arctisoul. Yes, definitely.
Okay, we were thinking the same thing.
Those two
Let's
are
save Dracovish for the end because I think we're gonna have a lot to talk about there. Dracozolt.
Dracozolt. I'd put him in either like B or C.
Yeah, I was thinking B. Yeah, and
Dracofish.
then
I
Dracovish
would
is just so
probably.
nasty. It's,
I disagree wholly. I think he's awesome as shit.
I mean, nasty in a good way is what I'm saying.
Okay.
He's
I
disgusting.
I think, in all honesty, Dracofish is kind of like the underdog of Sword and Shield, because like a lot of people hated him when he first came out, but then
Then
as
they
time
saw
has
how
gone on,
powerful he was. Yeah.
not only is just powerful, more and more people really came to love his design. Hell,
Hmm.
Ash is literally using him in his teams.
I
Like
mean, and the shiny looks amazing too.
I can't remember what the shiny looks like, but I do remember liking both its and Dracozolt's.
Hmm.
I would say, in all honesty, yes.
Yeah, I mean, you kind of gotta at this point. It's
Yeah,
like if we
he's
were doing a Gen 6 tier list during Gen 6, you'd have to put Talonflame S tier. I mean,
yep, or Halucha,
yeah, or Halucha. Okay, Duraludon.
Duraludon.
Whatever.
I wasn't correcting you, by the way. I was just
No,
saying how.
I don't like this one. So I don't.
Really,
Yeah,
I
no.
I really like him
I mean, I like Steel type, but how is he a dragon?
because he's a big skyscraper. 'Cause
Uh,
and dragons are like skyscrapers.
okay. I also feel like maybe he should have had a pre-evolution.
That's fair.
He's
I
just
don't know as much
weird.
with.
I mean,
I could see he is definitely a weird concept, but I still really like him, and I really like his Gigantamax form a lot.
I only like his Gigantamax form. Like, yeah, I think they made the Gigantamax form first, and then they made this guy.
That's possible.
Because what are they basing
I
it off of? Like, the Shard? Isn't that the famous skyscraper in London?
I believe that's what it's called.
Yeah,
Yes.
I think they just, I mean, made the Gigantamax to look just like it, and then made this guy. So I don't know. I
That's
mean, if it were just me, I'd put him in D.
I would say like I personally would put him in like B, but we can compromise and put him in C.
That's fine with me. Dragapult's really weird.
I think yes, it's weird, but also in a good way to me.
Okay.
I I think Dreepy is really cool. I also love the typing. Ghost and Dragon are like two of my favorite types.
Okay.
Uh, I think Dragapult's great. What's the? Do you remember what the middle evolution's name is? Because
Trackcloak.
that one, yeah, that one's kind of forgettable.
Mm-hmm.
But Dragapult is that's like
I
that's top five
I
of like
mean,
best in the region.
I think it's just very busy. Like, is it a dragon? Is it a ghost? Is it an airplane? Does it shoot its
Well,
babies? Is it a pseudo
yes,
legendary? Like,
yes, it is all of those things, and it is awesome because of it.
I mean, what would you were wanting S?
Oh, yeah, definitely yes.
I mean, I'm wanting A. I mean,
Mm. Uh, hmm. I mean, I can compromise with A, but I
like a
would
high
say
A.
he would definitely be like top of A.
I
I
mean,
feel like,
yeah, that's understandable. I mean, yeah, I
yeah,
can see that.
I because I also like the stealth bomber design, and I just like the idea of it shooting its kids.
I don't
It
know. It's just weird and
that is
very
just
busy.
funny. That's fair. I can understand. It's like doing a lot of stuff at the same time,
Hmm.
but I think it works. Maybe it doesn't work for some people, but
Yeah,
that's fair.
yeah, I can see that. Okay, so Zacian and Zamazenta. So Zacian by itself is fairy type, and then it's fairy and steel with its other one, right?
Is it fairy? I thought it was like fairy fighting.
I thought it was fairy and steel with the sword upgrade. Um,
Oh, with the
yeah,
upgrades.
yeah, it's fairy
Uh,
and steel with the upgrade. Yeah,
I think so. Hold on. I think
yeah, I just looked
both
it
of
up.
them are like that. Okay.
Yeah, Zamazenta's fighting, and with the upgrade, I think it's
Really?
fighting and steel. Yep.
That's. I feel like that those should be switched,
Yeah, it's
in my opinion.
yeah, it's not though. I mean, how weird is
I
that?
know.
Yeah, so
It's just.
fairy slash fairy steel, and then fighting slash fighting steel. So, I mean,
Uh, in all honesty, like they're not really the best box
I
legendaries
agree.
I've seen,
Probably
but
my least favorite. Actually,
uh,
yeah, they are my least favorite. I mean, I even
hmm,
like Zacian and Xerneas and Yveltal. I like them more than these guys. I mean, they're just so
uh,
samey
yeah, you
and
know what?
so on the
I probably
nose.
agree. Yep, that's fair.
I mean, it's
I still think that they're good designs. I just think that they aren't really great box legendaries. I
yeah.
would,
I mean,
it's tough.
I personally like Zamazenta more.
Uh, I kind of like both of them equally. Now,
Okay.
I picked Sashian just because I liked Sword, and I like, he kind of looks like Great Wolf Sif, I think it is,
Oh,
from Dark Souls.
yeah, that's yeah.
But I would, hmm, they'll probably both end up going in the same tier.
Yeah,
It
I
just,
yeah.
it, it really depends on where.
I mean,
I, I don't
personally, I'd
know.
put him in like D.
D, I think that's just too. But then again, we have so many in C.
And they're so not great. I mean, what's a good thing about
They're big dogs.
them? And we've got big dog legendaries.
Oh, well, yeah, those guys are weird dogs, though. Uh, I like their. I think that their gimmick actually is pretty interesting. That they
Gigantamax
need
killers.
that too. That is pretty cool. I like. I do like both of their armored designs. I think that's what they're called.
Yeah,
But
and their
I think their base
non-armor designs
designs,
are horrible.
they're not horrible. They're just
Ugh.
kind of plain.
Like one's missing an ear and the other one's all scarred up. They're like,
Yeah, I mean that makes sense. They've seen probably a lot of battles in their time.
I suppose.
Uh, I we might have to move some Pokemon down to
I mean,
B.
I can squeeze if you're adamant about them being in C.
I would say C
Okay.
because they're kind of just average. But yeah, I feel it. I mean, it makes sense to have like wolves as the main box legendary,
Sure. I mean, yeah, it makes sense thematically.
but
It's just they just don't look good. I mean, and they're forgettable too. We forgot their typing. I mean, I had to look it up.
I mean, I forget a lot of typings. So that's not a sin against them. I just think that compared to all of the other box legendaries that we've ever gotten, they're definitely the
The
worst.
worst. I agree. Yes.
Or at least I would say my least favorite. Not necessarily worst,
Oh,
because I do like the designs. Now Eternatus is weird.
now, I like the only bad thing about Eternatus is we didn't get his super cool Gigantamax like
I
hand
agree.
form. Yeah.
That is, it's just the Gigantamax form itself is kind of weird, but it's also is weird that we didn't
Yeah.
get him.
I'm very
Also,
upset.
at I think it was around Gen 7 where like Game Freak just stopped caring about trios. Cuz like
Yeah.
you look at the other trios and they all make sense, but
Yep.
then like in Sun and Moon you got Necrozma, which is the like the third of that trio. I'm
Uh
like,
huh.
that's I mean, I guess. And then
Yeah.
this one I'm like, I don't see any connection.
Mm-hmm.
I think the only thing is that it's a dragon and like, dragons are a big thing in like Britain and all that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
So it makes sense to have a dragon, but that thing is not a dragon.
I
That
mean,
is an
I,
that's an ultra beast.
yeah, I really like the design though. I mean, I'd say
Oh yeah. I would say
A
A.
or B. Yeah, you good with A?
Yep, I'd go with A.
Urshifu, I do not like.
I like Urshifu. I don't really care for Cubfu though.
Yeah, I mean,
Cubfu
Kungfu's not good.
Cubfu's just kind of ugly, but Urshifu looks pretty cool. And a lot of people wanted him in Smash.
Oh well, yeah. I mean, that would make sense. So what? This one is the fighting in dark, and then the other one's the fighting in water, right?
Yep.
Okay.
Yep.
Well,
And
I
then they
mean,
both have Gigantamaxes that are not really interesting.
yeah. I mean, I think Urshifu's just not very interesting either. Um,
Uh, that's fair.
I mean,
I'd be
I'd say
fine with
D. I mean, I don't like
yeah,
them.
that's fair. I think the base design is fine, but like Cubfu's not great,
Yeah.
and the Gigantamaxes aren't really great either.
Yeah, I agree. Okay, the only mythical
Yeah, weirdly
Zarude.
enough.
Um,
Zarude, again, it's another grass monkey,
yeah,
and we've already had one. It's
yeah.
a starter, but
Um,
I think this is probably the best grass monkey
I agree.
because Simisage and Pansage aren't great.
No,
Rillaboom, the Rillaboom line is
no.
just kind of mediocre, but Zarude's pretty cool.
Yeah, especially with the vine on its arm, and it's dark in grass too. It's not just grass.
Yeah.
So I mean,
Uh,
I like it. I mean, but not a lot. I'd say B.
yeah, that's fair.
Yeah,
I would say B
yeah.
as well. And now we're into the new Reggies, which I don't think anyone expected to get new
Yeah,
Reggies.
I sure didn't. I mean, but I like it, and I mean, we're gonna get down to it down here with the Gen 2, but I
Yeah.
was not expecting like a new form of these of either trios, and I really like it, and
Yep.
hopefully that
I
sets a
would.
precedent where we get newer ones down the line too.
I mean, I'd be interested. It depends on which ones. Uh, but at the same time, it's kind of like I would just prefer new legendaries. I don't know, because
Well,
like
yeah,
with
but
the Reggies, it makes sense because they're a really like unique trio
hmm
of uh like where
forces
you
of
can
nature and stuff.
yeah where you can really go any direction with them.
hmm
Whereas like something with like Enamorous, and we'll get to that later, it just feels weird to add a new one. Doesn't feel necessary. Whereas you can put in new Reggies and it feels like they fit.
Yeah, yeah,
If you get what I mean.
yeah. I get what you mean. Plus, I think isn't Regieleki like the highest speed?
I mean, I'd believe
It's
it.
like
I
a
don't.
200
I
base
don't.
stat speed.
I don't know super much into stats, but I would believe it. I think I heard something about that.
I think it's the fastest or one of the fastest now. Um,
Hmm.
and Regidrago is I think 200 HP, which would make it one of
Damn.
the highest HP stat Pokemon too.
I remember Ninjask was like the fastest Pokemon
Yeah,
for a
it was
very
one.
long
And
time.
then it was like Speed Deoxys. And I
Oh
think
yeah, that too.
Speed Deoxys was the highest until Regidrago, I think. Or they could
Yeah,
be
that would make
tied, I'm
sense.
not sure. Um
I would put Regieleki in
yeah,
either S
Ilecki.
or A.
Okay. Yeah, I like Ilecki more than Drago, so I'd say S.
I do too.
Yeah.
I would say Drago is still a really good design, so I would say A.
Yeah, I agree.
And then then we're into these
The
guys.
horses. Which one do you like more?
I don't like either of them to be honest, but I'd probably go with Spectrier.
Okay, well I'd go with Glastrier.
Fair enough.
I mean,
I'd
Spectrier looks like
say,
a My Little Pony.
not really.
Well, the
He looks.
hair, come on. I mean,
I mean, I guess, but like, he. Fair. I see what you mean.
yeah,
I wouldn't put. I wouldn't put either of them higher than D. Honestly,
yeah, I agree. I'm tempted to put him in E.
I'm perfectly fine with that.
Okay. And then
And then
Calyrex.
Calyrex, I think, also can go in E.
Yeah.
It's it's such a bad design. In all
It's so
honesty,
weird.
either E or F. In all honesty, I could see either.
Yeah, I guess I'm fine with it. It was cool that he was like taking control of what's his face the whole time. That was funny, like in the DLC.
Yeah,
But that's it.
yeah. I mean, I also like that he can like ride the horses, but like it's just two ugly Pokemon like together. So I'm like, neither of them.
Yeah,
This isn't cool.
yeah, I agree.
And
Okay,
now we get into some really great
yeah,
ones.
the Legends Arceus ones. So for these, we will just be looking at, I guess, except for like Sneasler and Overqwil, we'll just be looking at the evolution.
And
So,
Asky Legion as well.
oh, does Basculin have a
Yeah, but
Hisuian form?
it's so like you barely would notice it
Okay,
unless you knew.
okay, yeah. See, I haven't gotten far into Legends Arceus, so some of these were actually a surprise to me. So, Weird Ear, I like. Still normal and psychic, which is whatever, but I always thought Stantler needed an evolution, and it looks like a great. I mean, this is a great evolution. It looks not too messy. It looks like it actually would be the evolution in Gen 2 when it came out.
Yep.
So I've got
I think
nothing
it's
bad to say against Weird Ear.
I don't either to be honest. I think it's a very solid design.
Hmm.
I I never really cared for Stantler to be honest. I don't think
Yes.
anybody did,
Yeah,
but I think
same.
Weird Deer really helped to make him
Hmm.
better.
Hmm.
I still don't like the nose very much. Because the nose just looks so weird, but that's just like a very minute thing. Everything else is great.
Yeah.
I would say I'd say A.
Yeah, I was moving space for A because I was thinking the same thing. Okay,
Cleavor,
so my favorite Pokemon is Scizor.
uh, Scizor is like top three
Yeah.
of my favorites.
And so Cleavor, of course, is up there for me too. So, I mean,
Oh,
I
same.
want to say S.
Oh yeah, I'm totally down for
Okay.
S.
I mean,
I am a massive simp for. Uh, I love I love Scyther, I love Scizor, and I
mhm,
love Cleavor.
mhm.
All of them are fucking great.
I love them. And I mean,
I
bugs, come on. And what a great bug and rock. So much better than Crustle. So much
Yeah.
better.
Yep. Crustle, I mean, Crustal's pretty cool, but I definitely prefer Cleavor because of the big axes and stuff.
Yes, of course.
But
Um,
Ursaluna,
Ursaluna. Okay, so I barely saw Ursaluna. I haven't gotten that far in Arceus. So he's ground and normal.
yep,
And he like, is he like the item finder on that game, right?
yes.
Yeah, okay. But he just evolves from Ursaring? Okay, and how does C evolve? Do you know?
Oh, I know because I used Ursaluna.
Okay.
So Ursaluna has probably one of the more annoying evolution methods. You have to use a specific item that you can only find. Uh, it's called a peat block, and it's only found in the second area of the game. And you can only find it by using the Ursaluna ride.
Oh.
And then
Hmm.
even once you find it, you have to wait until a full moon
Oh my
to then
gosh.
give it and evolve it.
Well,
So
Luna. I mean, it all
that
makes sense. I mean.
yeah, it makes sense. It's still a bit of a pain in the butt because the
Mhm.
item like doesn't appear. It's completely random when you'll get it. So you'll search a while to get it, and then you have to like constantly like sit down and save to then get a new like moon popping out. So it's
Uh,
very time consuming and tedious. But I definitely think it is very worth it because Ursaluna is my favorite Pokemon from Arceus.
okay. I mean, it looks great. Its stats are pretty good too. High attack, high HP, which makes sense. Um. So I really like it too. So I'm fine with. I mean, I'd put it in A or B
I
just instinctually.
I'm, in all honesty, I'm probably leaning towards S. So then that would mean we'd compromise and put him in A.
Okay, I'm fine with that.
I will say though, uh, actually, it's not even a negative. I think it's just kind of funny because like when it was first leaked and we first saw him,
Hmm.
I was like, why does he look like a turkey? Because
Yeah,
like
yeah, with the
the weird mane makes
ruffles.
him
Yeah,
kind of look like a turkey.
yeah.
Also, I
Right.
will say, uh, a lot of the Arceus names are really like not great aside from Weird Deer and Basculegion. Even Basculegion's just kind of like adding on to Basculin. I
Yeah,
think they could have been a little bit better with the names here.
yeah, yeah. You're probably right. I mean, well, I mean, I like Cleavor and I like Overquill. I mean, that's a brilliant name.
Eh, I I don't know. It was they were always going to put the Quill in.
Yeah,
I always thought it would be called like Quill Blast or something
yeah.
because I've done my own like Fakemon regions, and
Mm.
I obviously gave Quillfish a regional evolution because it desperately needed it.
Yeah, it did.
Mine was, and it pretty much did exactly what they did, turning it into a big mine.
Mm.
But I always made it water steel instead of dark poison.
I like Water Steel way more. So I mean, yeah, I like that more already. Um,
Then we have another easy S in my opinion.
Basculegion, really.
Yep,
Water and
yeah, oh,
Ghost. Okay.
definitely. Water Ghost. I like the lore behind it of that Basculegion is formed when
Oh right.
uh, absorbing Basculin absorbs the souls of its fallen brothers.
Mm.
But which is funny because you don't really. That's not how you evolve him in the game. You just like make him take recoil damage, and then he evolves.
Huh. Okay, I
It's
didn't
like
know that.
yeah, but Basculegion, it really helped because Basculin is just one of the most boring
I
Pokemon.
agree. Yeah, very bad,
I,
and yeah, definitely needed an evolution.
yeah, I don't think anybody will disagree that Basculin was just not very great. So
Yeah.
I think Basculegion is very much welcomed.
Okay, I'm fine with that.
Unlike unlike Sneasler.
Yeah. What? This was one of the ones I didn't know about. So this is just weird. So fighting and poison, they did my boy Toxicroak bad doing that. And then he evolves the same way, right? Like a Quick Claw during the day. Is what it looks like.
I think Quick Claw. I think it's during the opposite day cycle of Weavile.
Which is at night, so yeah, it'd be during the day.
Wasn't
Yeah,
you
yeah.
sure Weavile's not?
No,
Okay,
I've got
I'll
it right
look
here.
for
Yeah,
it.
I've got it right here.
Okay,
It's Quick Claw at night's Weavile, so Quick Claw during the days. Sneasler. Ugh. It
yeah.
just.
That also the name is terrible.
And why is it so lanky? It's weird.
It's supposed to be a rock climber because that's what it does in the game. So,
Okay.
because like if you look at its claws, it's like similar to like the hiking picks that they'll use on like
Sure.
mountains.
But
I don't
why fighting and
mind.
poison then? I mean,
I have no idea to be honest. I would probably would have gone with like maybe like fighting and rock.
yeah, that would make
Like
sense. Or
definitely rock something, not
fighting
poison.
and even dark. Like keep one of its original types.
I think technically what Arceus implies is that the Hisuian Sneasel is the first Sneasel. So
Okay.
similar to how apparently I guess Galarian Zigzagoon is the original Zigzagoon because they retconned that.
Oh right. Huh.
So I and you can only get Weavile by the whole like space time distortions.
Oh okay. I got you.
So I think that's what it's trying to imply. So technically, this is the original.
Well, then yeah, I don't like it.
There's a reason it went extinct.
Yeah. E
Uh,
D.
I I'd probably go with. Mm, it's. I'd go with D because I still think that there's some cool parts to its design. I just think that there's a lot that really goes against it. Overquill is stupid, but I love it.
Yeah, I mean, I like the name. I really do like how it looks. I mean, it's huge and big and dark and poison. That's pretty cool, I guess.
Interesting.
Yeah.
It's an interesting typing. I think I it's similar to my love for Stone Journer, where it's really dumb, but I can't help but love it.
And
So
then it evolves just at level 20.
no, it does not. It's
Oh.
also another one of those annoying ones. You have to use I mean, Weird Deer is similar, where you have to use a specific move
Oh.
in a specific style 20 times,
Oh, okay.
which is really annoying. But uh, it's not the worst. It could be worse. But I would still put I would put Overquill in like B.
Okay, fine with that.
Yeah.
And
And then we have
then this one was also a surprise to me too.
yep,
Enamorous.
yep, Enamorous, and our final one for the day.
So it looks like a. Did you ever watch Powerpuff Girls with what
Yep,
was that
it
villain's
looks
name? Like him?
looks like it. Yep, him.
Yeah, that's what it looks like. I mean, it's kind of feminine, but yet like sinister looking. But is
Which
it?
is weird because that's not what it is in the
Yeah,
game.
is it
It's
supposed to be like
supposed to be
lovey or
like
whatever?
yeah, because it
It's
has
hearts and stuff.
the heart-shaped hair and then the hearts on its weird snake tail.
Yeah, that's weird. And then its Therian form is really weird too. It's like
It
some
it's a
weird
turtle,
turtle thing.
but it's because the Therian forms are supposed to represent the Chinese direction creatures. So like
Oh,
Tornadus is uh the bird.
right.
Uh, uh, what's
Thunderous
Thunderous
is like a
is the dragon. Landorus is the
right,
tiger, and then
right.
Enamorous is supposed to be the turtle.
Oh, okay.
Which means that uh, if they ever do a Legends Gen 5, it's possible that that original dragon could be the middle dragon that's like golden, I guess.
Okay.
But that's just what I've seen for like theories online.
Well,
So
it says its classification is the love hate Pokemon.
it really?
Yeah, so
Oh,
maybe
that's
maybe that does
because
make
it.
sense. Looking all lovey, but then weird and sinister.
Yeah, I guess because it's like its dex entries is that it when it shows up, it brings like springtime,
Mm-hmm.
and it will like help Pokemon that are like injured. But if it sees like a human or a Pokemon that's causing unnecessary pain onto another, it'll swoop down in its Therian form and just beat the shit out of them.
All right. Um,
I
fairy and
I would
flying. That's kind of. But you know what they should have done is I think weren't all the other ones flying first, or no?
I don't remember to be honest.
Well, fairy and flying. That's all right. Still not unique, but whatever. I mean, obviously, I think I like the other ones more, but I think this is a welcome addition. I think. Same with
Uh,
like the Reggies. So, C. I
uh,
mean,
I mean, I definitely think that this is my favorite out of all of them because I think the genie trio is like their human forms just kind of stink. They all
Mm-hmm.
look way too similar.
Yeah,
Therian forms are a bit better,
quite a
but
bit better. Yeah.
it I don't know if they originally were going to do the whole direction thing before, because like if they were, then why did they take 3 generations to introduce the
Yeah.
next one?
Yeah, you're right.
So it might have just been tacked on because maybe somebody at Game Freak saw it like, hey, this kind of looks like this thing. Let's make a new one.
Could have been.
Oh, maybe we should wait till Gen 5 games to do that. Nah, let's
Nah.
just do it now.
Yeah, really. I mean, I don't
But
know enough about it really. I mean, the design's all right. The addition of another one I like, but then so I mean, I'm still leaning on C.
I like the design a lot.
Okay.
Again, it's because it's allows it to be unique and it's not just the same because it's also like pure female.
Oh,
Uh,
okay.
so which I mean you can tell because it's pink and
Right.
it's got hearts, but
I guess.
but I think that allows it to stand unique uh, with the others, and its Therian form I would probably say is either my second favorite or my favorite because I do like Landorus's tiger form,
Mhm. Mhm.
but at the same time it doesn't really need to exist because like again with like the Reggies, you could throw like you can make a Reggie for every type. That's what everybody's been doing
Yeah.
since the Reggies were introduced.
Yeah.
Like nobody was like making fan art for
The
a
other
fourth for a
genies.
fourth genie.
Yeah.
So I would say C is fair
Okay.
for it.
Okay. All right. Well, we've got them all placed right now, but what I like to do is I go into every single category, every single ranking, and rank them individually. So I make the better towards the left and the worst towards the right. So like F plus, F minus, A plus, A
Yep.
minus. So I guess let's just start down at the bottom since there's a lower amount. So
This is definitely a hard one.
I mean, I'm indeed. It's got to go at the end.
I would say Arctifish is the worst in my opinion.
Okay. I'm
It's
fine
like
with it being second worst, but this is like number one or two most hated Pokemon for me.
that's how I feel about Arctifish to be honest.
Okay.
But maybe we just stack them on each other and just say that they're both the
We'll
worst.
just say they're interchangeable.
Yeah,
We'll just say.
I would say
I
if I had to
mean,
pick, I'd probably pick Arctizolt over
really? Okay.
Greedent, because at least it has like I like the colors and the typings. Okay,
Yeah. Isn't that a
I think
unique
it's the
typing?
I yeah actually now that I think of it, I think that's the only electric ice, which is really sad.
No. Rotom Refrigerator is electric and ice, isn't it?
Is it?
I think it
I
is.
don't remember it.
Yep, I think it
I
is.
thought it was maybe, but I also don't really count like new forms. I always just count like
Oh,
unique
yeah.
Pokemon.
Yeah. I mean,
It's
even
like
like, I think some Megas had unique typings, and
yeah,
so.
but I always just kind of personally that's just a me thing. I just don't count them. I always count like new Pokemon
I got you.
as like being the first. And
E tier.
and another a hard one to rate. I would say Spectre is the best out of all of them.
I mean, I'm fine with having these two next to each other, Spectre and
Yeah.
Glastrier, and then
Now it's just depending who's
Calyrex, and then Pincurchin.
yeah yeah. I think that
These kind
that's
of are just like all a bundle. I mean,
literally because that's what they're supposed to be.
yeah,
And then there's just Pinchurchin who's just got stuck here.
stuck here. I like it. D tier.
I
Man,
would say Urshifu is top of D.
yeah, I'm fine with that. Um,
The other, again, this is really difficult to rank them.
I mean, I certainly don't like these ones really. I mean, I like Barrascuda more than these.
I would put Rillaboom second, to be honest. Uh, I would put how I would do it is Rillaboom, then Sneasler, then like Cinderace, Barraskewda, and actually I'd put Eldegoss over Barraskewda. Because Barraskewda is just kind of boring. There's nothing really interesting about it. Whereas the other ones have like some stuff going on, even if they don't really work at it
Mm-hmm.
well enough. But you know,
I'm fine with that, I suppose. I mean,
yeah.
I still like Eldegoss. I mean, I think honestly, I'd be fine with all this, but I would put Cinderace like here. But I mean,
I don't think it's the worst out of the bunch.
I do. I
I know
really
you
don't,
do. That's it's
really
very
don't like
fair.
it.
I
But
don't.
I'm fine
It's
with it
like
being this far down. I'm good
yeah.
with that.
Aside from the ones in E and F, all of the other ones I like in some sort of fashion. Uh,
That's fair. And I keep
so
forgetting Raboot's in there, and I really like Raboot. So
Raboot, yes. I also keep forgetting that we
yeah,
are
yeah,
doing the full lines as well. So yeah, I think that
yeah,
this is
yeah.
definitely
That's
fair.
fair. Yeah. Okay, C tier is a pretty big one. So let's
C,
just
C and B are very
so
very big.
let's just look at some of the bottom stuff. um,
I would definitely put
Probably Alcremie,
Alcremie,
maybe Thievel.
yeah, and then like
Yeah,
Sinistea and
Sinistea,
Eskew.
Ice
Eskew, in my
Cube,
opinion.
Stonejourner, in my opinion.
No, we'll
Um,
compromise on that one.
and then you kind of weren't even
Cramorant,
liking Hatterene, were you?
yeah, because the other two
Yeah.
bring it down, and then Cramorant. So then we're left
So
with
then, yeah,
these
we
guys
can
as
look
the
at
top.
these. Yeah, yeah. Okay, so which one's definitely the best? I mean, maybe Enamorous,
Uh,
because you were fighting pretty
they're
hard for it.
I would I would say either Enamorous or Dreadnought, to be honest,
I mean,
because
I want to put Enamorous before Dreadnought.
that's fair. Yeah, I think Enamorous works, and then I would put. Now this is it's tough. I feel like out of all of these, Duraludon will probably be the last of the best.
Okay, yeah, okay. I'm fine with that.
Um, Probably I'd probably put the two legendaries next,
Okay, I'm
and
fine
then
with that. Not Inteleon?
mm,
No.
it's give me a second. You're rushing me.
I mean, because
I
I really don't like these legendaries. And I mean, I kind of don't like Inteleon either. But I mean, if I'm looking at all of these, I honestly, I like
I
Inteleon, Duraludon, Ice Cube, and Alcremie more than the legendaries. But
I yeah, you know what? Because Sobble is really good. Drizzile stinks
yeah,
though,
yeah,
and then I do still like Inteleon. It's the best out of the starters, but that's not saying much. So
yeah, that's
yeah,
true.
I'd probably put him above the 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 box legendaries.
Okay. And then, I mean, I guess just for. I think these are probably interchangeable too.
Yeah, pretty much.
Zacian
And
and
then I'd put
Zamazenta.
Boltund and then
I'm I'm
Duraludon,
fine with that. Fine with that.
keeping all the little doggies together.
And then probably
Sojourner.
these are probably interchangeable too because we can't decide.
Yeah, we're very split when it comes to those two. I would say Stonejourner is higher, but
Well, I would say Ice Cube, and look, I'm allowing visually yours to be up here because I put Indeedee at the very bottom.
that's fair.
Um,
I would then put probably Nicodem Thievul next.
I was thinking the last, but
I disagree. I think Alchemy is probably the last in my
I'm
opinion.
fine with Alcremie being down there. Probably same with Sinistea, but I think these two are definitely better than. I mean, I'd be fine with like this order, like one of these two, then him, then one of these or these two.
I don't like Hatena and Hatchram. I think because like Hatterene's fine, but like the other two are just not
Yeah, but
really good.
very
But I
large
like
YouTuber Markiplier likes Hatterene, so who are we to
that is
deny Markiplier?
That is fair, but I still stand. But then again, if Markiplier saw what Cramorant could do, he probably would smash.
Okay, how about Hatterene, then Thievel, then
I don't
Cramorant?
know. I still would say Thievul and Nickit because I like both of the
They're
designs.
just dumb little dark foxes that.
They're
Well,
dark little
look, he got a little
foxes, but
mask on. That's it.
they got a little mask, and then they have the unique tail, which like gets rid of their tracks as they're walking. I think both of the designs are very solid. If they're a bit generic, but like Hatterene is good, but her two other designs, like you kind of have to work to Hatterene, in
Well,
my opinion.
I I really like the middle one. I mean, she's got like the pigtails that she stands on. Like, I really like that one. I think it's super cute. Which one's that? Hatrim or
Hatrim.
yeah, something like that.
That's hat. Yeah, Hatrim.
I mean, I really like that one. And yeah, I mean the typing's not super unique because it is just kind of a um, Gardevoir copycat. But
Yeah.
I mean, so's Nickit and Teevil. I mean, what other
Mm.
starting 2 tier darks do we have? Like Mightyena, Zoroark. I mean, they're
Yeah, but they're still excuse me. They're still unique when compared to like the starting darks, I would say. I don't I think we're split on this one.
I think so too. I think we'll probably just have
Mm,
to have it like this and say they're kind of interchangeable.
yeah, I think that's probably what we'll go for. But, fuck
Cramorant.
Cramorant.
Okay, well then who comes next? Cramorant or
Cramorant, yeah.
okay, I'm fine with that.
I was joking. I do love Cramorant.
And
And
then
then
Alcremie and then Poltergeist.
I'd switch them.
Okay, I think we'll have to.
Interchangeable
Yeah,
again.
another interchangeable. I mean, okay.
Uh, yeah, fair.
I like the
I
customization with
I
Alcremie.
I like Poltegeist and Sanity's designs. I don't really care for the names. Uh, I think I think their gimmick. Uh, Actually, now that I'm thinking about it, I think Alchemy can at least kind of get away with having like the gimmick, whereas Sinisty doesn't need it.
I agree.
So I think sure I'll probably put it at the bottom.
Yes. Okay.
All right. Now we have another tough one to
Yeah.
decide.
Okay, so let's look at bottom ones right off the bat.
Probably like Double, Flapple,
Yeah.
are gonna go on the bottom.
Yeah.
Probably, I like Grapploct, but I feel like you'll probably want to put him like more towards the bottom.
I'd be fine with him being around the mid. So
Obstagoon definitely goes to the bottom.
yeah. I'll keep him up here for
Uh, Maybe Morph
five.
Peko.
Yeah, bottom, yeah.
Maybe Sandaconda will go not toward. He'll probably go like in the middle.
Yeah, I'm fine with middling, yeah.
And this is tough to decide who's the best because they all have something stellar in my opinion.
I mean, I personally like um Mr. Rhyme, um Surfetched and Cursola. I mean, I like those
Uh,
three as near the top. Maybe even like Sarud towards the
I
top.
would. It'd just be funny to just put Overquill at the top.
Nah, I mean,
Dude.
I'd be fine with him. Like, I haven't even seen him yet, so I mean, he could be awesome once I finally find one. But I mean, I'm fine with him, middle or whatever.
That's fair. I'm thinking maybe putting Zarude at the top
Yeah, I'm fine with that.
because it's the best grass monkey. It's a really cool design, and he is the only
Only
mythical.
yeah, only mythical. So
So he is special in this regard.
yeah,
And
that's
then
very true.
I'd be fine with putting Mr. Rhyme
Okay.
next. Now it becomes a bit more difficult. Sandaconda obviously is going somewhere in the middle.
Yeah.
Uh, I deciding between the next five is tough. I would I would go with Runerigus, but that's me.
Yeah, I still think a way lesser Cofagrigus. I mean, the only good thing it gets is a ground typing. I mean, Cofagrigus
Yeah,
has that mummy ability.
that is
Runerigus
fair.
doesn't. I mean,
That is fair. But he's got weird, funny sausage fingers. So,
I'd be fine with like high mid, but I mean, I definitely would think. I mean,
uh,
Surfetch, I think
I
finally getting a Farfetch'd evolution and he's fighting and he's got that high crit rate is pretty cool. The whole lore and everything behind Cursola's better than Runerigus.
that's fair.
And
Yeah,
maybe
I
even Sandaconda is better than
I
Runerigus.
don't I don't know about Sandaconda, but I can
Okay.
agree with Surfetch and Corsola being higher.
Okay. Who do you think should
So,
go above who?
hmm,
I mean, I'd
I
probably say.
think I would say Surfetch actually,
Okay,
because
I'm fine with that.
like I Corsola definitely needed an evolution,
Right.
but like it's not one that everybody was pining for years. Everybody wanted a far-fetched
Yeah.
evolution.
Yeah, that's very true. Okay. Yeah, I'm
And
fine
then
with that.
obviously then Cursula,
Yeah, I'm good.
and then I would think probably
I'm
Runerigus.
fine with that. I am. I'm fine with that.
And then I would say Dracozolt next.
Okay. And then Sandaconda?
Yeah.
Okay. Then Overquill?
Yep.
Okay.
And now it's deciding
Grapple
between
Locked, I'm
these
fine
five.
with this one because we were
I am
doing
fine with
a high
Grapple Lock.
one. I mean,
I
out of.
would put Morph Echo next.
Oh, yeah, I agree. I mean, that unique Dark Electric.
Yeah. And
Um,
the hangry mode looks pretty cool.
yeah, that is.
Or not cool, more funny.
Yeah.
Uh,
I mean,
hmm. I'd probably.
I'd say
Yeah, I
double.
would put
Yeah.
him. I'd put him a bit higher because of Wooloo, because we have to keep him in mind as well.
Okay. Do you want to do this?
Yeah, that works.
Okay.
And then I would put Flapple next, and
Okay.
then Obstagoon at the bottom.
I was gonna say either. I mean, I don't care about those two. It's whatever, interchangeable for me.
Yep.
Okay,
And now
A2. This is one that's gonna be tough too. So let's just
definitely,
look at bottom ones so
definitely
far. I mean, I'd
bottom
say
ones. I would
Weirdeer.
say, uh, yes,
I mean, I'm
Weird Deer.
glad Stantler got an evolution, but compared to the rest of these,
Yeah,
yeah,
Weird Deer, Reggie Drago,
yeah,
uh,
probably.
Berserker.
I really like him. I mean, I'd be fine with having him middle for
I
Berserker. I
don't.
really like Berserker.
He's maybe middle, but I feel like he's leaning more towards the bottom of A. I'd be fine. I mean, personally, I'd put Grimmsnarl at the top, but I feel like he's probably mostly would be somewhere near the middle
Middle,
or bottom.
yeah, yeah. I'd be fine with middle or even top middle for Grimmsnarl. Yeah.
Uh, Phalanx is probably
Near the top. I mean, I would think
I
near the top or middle.
I
Okay,
God dang
let's.
it.
I
It's just
I
tough.
think we should put probably Dragapult at the top because you
Yes,
really
I
wanted
would.
him S and I. So I think.
That is true. I definitely think he should have been S. So I think that is a fair compromise.
And then
And
I mean
then
I really
we can put.
like. I mean
I think you can.
my top four
I rem,
here are like Frosmoth, Berserker, Colossal, Orbeetle. Those are my top four.
I think. Uh, as I remember, you were trying to push Phalanx into S as well. So I would be fine putting him next
Okay.
if
Okay.
if we can compromise and put Dragapult at the top as well.
Okay.
And then I think it's deciding between Colossal and Orbeetle to go next.
Colossal. And then Orbeetle. I mean, I like bugs, but Colossal just looks cool. And the typing and his abilities are
I
pretty cool too.
I think Orbeetle would probably go because all three of the Pokemon are great and they have a good Gigantamax.
Where
Colossal,
the
Rolycolt,
Carcol's really bad. Yeah.
Carkle, yeah,
Yeah.
Carkle drags it down just a tiny bit.
I would agree with you. Yep. Okay. So
And
Orbeetle, Colossal,
oof,
Grimmsnarl.
I In all honesty, I'd be willing to put Ursaluna because we haven't been showing him any love right now.
Okay, that's
I
fine.
I think Ursaluna would be very high.
That's fine.
Then Grimmsnarl.
Okay, I'm fine with that. And then
Uh,
Berserker, because this is like right smack dab in the middle.
yep, I'm fine with Berserker.
Frostmoth?
I'd prefer Eternatus.
Huh, I'm fine with that.
Yeah, and then Frostmoth and Snom. And
And
now
then
it's
probably Corviknight.
Corviknight. Corviknight is not the bottom. I would say then Weird Deer and then Regidrago.
Okay, I'm fine with this.
Yeah.
I think Regidrago's. I mean, I would probably switch these with Weird Air, but I mean, I'm fine with this.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay.
Now, nearing the finish line.
So, my favorites here that I would put at the top would be Cleavor, Caparaja, and Cintascorch. Those would be my three to put to the top.
I can agree with Centiscorch,
Okay.
but I would also say Toxtricity and Appleton are like right behind.
Okay.
In all honesty, I would say Toxtricity is my favorite, but we both really love Centiscorch.
Yes, I think that's fair.
And
Cintascorch, Toxtricity, because I also love Toxtricity. And I'd be fine with Appleton if Caparaja comes next.
that's fair.
Okay, I think that's fair. And then, I mean, Cleavor.
Yeah,
I
yeah.
mean,
Cleaver, definitely great. Because, it's a Scyther evolution and all the others are great. I'd put I'd probably put Basculegion next.
okay, I'm fine with that.
And then I think
Aleki.
I'd put Aleki at the bottom and then I'd put Dracovish above it.
That's fine. I'm fine with that.
And then we did it.
Okay, you feel good about this?
Oh yeah, definitely.
Awesome. I think this was a battle. I mean, we had a lot of interchangeables in here because,
Oh yeah.
I mean, it's just either you feel too strongly or you don't feel strong enough. It's just.
Yeah, like I said, it's my favorite region. Again, aside from the ones in E and F, I love all of these Pokemon. Sure, I love some more than others, definitely.
Oh, yeah,
But like
yeah.
every one of them has something unique that I really like. Even like the ones in D.
Yeah.
It's a very I I I'll have to wait to see what Gen 9 does, but it's going to be very hard to top Gen 8 for me
Yeah,
because it's just so
looking
solid
back,
all around.
I mean, I'd agree with you. Looking back, I really didn't think I liked Gen 8, and I mean, I really do like a lot of these. I mean,
Yeah,
definitely not
it's
these, but
yeah, yes,
and
we
we're
can
like
agree
half
there.
of these, but I mean,
Yeah, some of like the pre-evolutions definitely,
oh yeah,
and I
yeah,
definitely, I mean, again, I just think Iskew would probably be like D,
yeah.
but
Well, I love Ice Cube.
Stonejourner. Yeah, you are gang Iskew, I am gang Stonejourner.
We're deadlocked on these two. I
But
mean,
I will say, kind of weird that only Stonejourner is in Gen 9. So I guess that just means I'm right at the end.
maybe, maybe.
But then we also have to wait because we still don't know all of the Pokemon.
Yeah,
So it's
that's true.
possible SQ will come back.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, no, I think this is good. I like this. So Daimyo and Ulti have officially stated that the best Gen 8 Pokemon is Centiskorch and the worst is Indeedee. So,
As they say, indeed.
God, I hate it. Thank you so much for coming on. I really appreciate it. This was really fun. You guys go check out Ulti's Twitter, and he's going to have a lot of things that he's going to be doing in the future. So check him out,
Yep.
follow him so that you can see all this stuff.
If you're ever interested in, stories with inspirations from manga and anime, because I put a lot into my stories, uh, if that's something that sounds interesting to you, demons, angels, that kind of stuff,
Ooh,
keep an eye out because that's a bit of a tease of what I'm trying to do with my
ooh,
story.
I'm excited. I mean, I definitely am going to read. So you guys should also as well. But Ulti, thank you again for coming on and doing this with me. So,
No
um,
problem. Thanks for having me, bud.
yeah, awesome. Okay, well, thank you all very much for watching and have a fantastic day.
Goodbye.